Today, Barbara and I went to the Fireside Bar, the last place Matthew Shepard was seen in public.
The Fireside. Definitely feels like a college bar with a few pool tables and a stage area for karaoke night. Still, the few regulars in the late afternoon were hardly the college crowd.
The first person we talked to was Matt Nicholson, the owner.
My great-great-grandfather was here in 1862. He opened Laramie's first opera house. He called it Old Blue Front Opera House. And in 1870, Grandma Louisa Swain cast the first women's ballot in any free election. And that's why Wyoming is the equality state. Now, what I want to do is reestablish the bar business as Old Blue Front Opera House and Good Time Emporium. I want to have a pool hall, I want to have a gift shop, I want to have a restaurant, I want to do all this shit. Every night's ladies' night. Now, the Fireside is the first step towards Old Blue Front Opera House and Good Time Emporium.
So what about the night Matthew Shepard was here?
We had karaoke that night, 20 or 30 people here. Matthew Shepard comes in, sitting right where you're sitting. If you want to talk to somebody, you should talk to Galloway. He was the kid bartending that night. Hey, is Galloway bartending tonight?
Okay, I'm just going to make this brief and quick and get it over with, okay? But it'll be everything. Factual and just the facts. Here we go. 10 o'clock, I clock in, usual time, Tuesday nights. About 10:30, Matthew Shepard shows up alone, sits down, and orders a Heineken.
Phil Labrie, friend of Matthew Shepard.
Heineken. Matt would always buy the same beer, Heineken, even though it costs $9.50 for a six-pack.
So what can I tell you about Matt? If you had 100 customers like him, it'd be the most perfect bar you've ever been in, okay? And nothing to do with sexual orientation, mannerisms, manners, politeness, intelligence, taking care of me, as in tips, everything, conversation, clean cut, dressed well. You know, most people, they just come in, please, thank you, offers you intellect within their own vocabulary. So Matt just takes it there and didn't seem like he had any worries or like he was looking for anyone, just enjoying his drink and the company around him. Now approximately 11:45, Aaron McKinney and Russell Henderson come in. Now, I didn't know their names then, but they're the perps. They're the accused. They're the perps. Now, Aaron and Russell come in, you know, very dirty, grungy, rude, gimme, that type of attitude, you know, and they come up to the bar and, as you know, pay for a pitcher in times and quarters, which is something you do not forget. I mean, you do not forget that. $5.50 in dimes and quarters is a freaking nightmare. So they just take their pitcher back into the pool room and kind of catch themselves. About half an hour later, they were walking around, didn't seem intoxicated at all, had no beer. And I wasn't going to ask them if they wanted another pitcher because they obviously just paid for one in dimes and quarters. And I had a real good feeling that they didn't have any more money on them.
Romaine Patterson. Money meant nothing to Matthew because he came from a lot of it. And he would hand over his wallet in 2 seconds because money meant nothing. His shoes might have meant something. They can say it was a robbery. I don't buy it. For even an iota of a second.
Next thing I knew, Aaron and Russell were talking to Matthew Shepard.
Aaron said that some guy came up to him and said that he was gay and wanted to get with Aaron and Russ.
Kristen Price, girlfriend of Aaron McKinney.
And that he got aggravated with it and told him that he was straight and didn't want anything to do with him and walked off. He said that is when he and Russ went to the bathroom and decided to pretend they were gay and get mad at him and try to rob him.
Okay, no. They stated that Matt came on to them and Matt approached them. Well, I 100% positively disbelieve and refute that statement. Refute it. And I'm going to give you 2 reasons why. 1, character reference. Why would Matt approach them? I mean, why them? He wasn't approaching anyone else in the bar that night. They say that he is gay. They say that he is a flaming gay. And he's going to come on to people like that? Bullshit. I mean, he didn't come on to me and, hello. 2, territorialism is the word I'm going to use for this. And it's the fact that Aaron and Russell were in their area. And Matt was in his area, the area that he had been all night. And upon their first interaction, Aaron and Russell went into Matt's area. So who approached who by that?
Matt was the type of guy, I mean, he would never not talk to someone for any reason. I mean, somebody could start a conversation with him and he'd just be like, oh, blah, blah, blah. He never had a problem striking up a conversation with anyone.
Matt, he was lonely a lot of times, and, well, me knowing that and knowing how global he was, I could have walked right into it. Being at that bar alone without any friends made him even more vulnerable.
So this is what I am testifying to because, you know, I'm basically the only key eyewitness in this case. And it's the fact that I saw Matthew Shepard leave. I saw two individuals leave with Matthew. Now, I didn't see their faces. I only saw the back of their heads. But at that same time, Aaron and Russell were no longer in the bar. You do the math.
Actually, I think that the DJ was the last one to talk to Matthew on his way out that night. Gave him a cigarette or something. Her name is Shada.
I was the last person that Matt talked to before he left the fireside that night. I was just bullshitting around with my shit and he stopped me. Well, no, I stopped him actually, and he's like, hey Shadow, and da-da-da, and I'm like, what man, you getting ready to leave, and this and that, and he's like, yeah, but then I noticed those two guys, and they stood outside, and you could see it. You know, they were looking over to him, and he was looking back at them, and well, I stood and talked to Matt for a good, 10 minutes, and when they took off, I seen it when they took off. It was in a black truck, and it was a small black truck, and the three of them sat in the front, and Matt sat in the middle, and